The 5 guys who are playing quarterback the best in the NFL right now. Number 2, the guy that would be the leader of the MVP candidate for me right now, Drake Maye.
Wow.
Drake Maye right now leads the NFL in accuracy when it comes to completion percentage at 75. He's also throwing the ball downfield as well, if not better than any quarterback in the NFL.
It's funny how fast things can change in the NFL. 1 year ago, the New England Patriots were unwatchable, a proud franchise stuck in complete disarray. They had no real direction, no identity, and no hope. A rookie quarterback in Drake Maye was thrown into the fire with a broken roster, unproven coaching, and no protection, and it was pretty ugly. But there were flashes, little moments where you could see what he might become if everything around him was not falling apart. And now, just 1 year later, everything looks different. The Patriots aren't just competent again, they're dangerous, they're relevant, and the reason why is Drake Maye. Through the first half of his second season, Maye has quickly become one of the most efficient and productive quarterbacks in football. He ranks top 5 in passing yards, top 5 in touchdowns, and top 5 in total QBR. He's turned New England's offense, a group that was bottom 5 last year, into one of the most explosive and balanced units in the league. No flash, no hype, just control, command, and confidence in himself. This is how a young quarterback becomes a superstar in this league. To understand this big turnaround, you must go back to where it all started. Drake Maye's rookie season was promising for him, but not really for the team. The numbers looked fine on paper, but I think context matters. He was placed into a situation that basically no rookie could survive, much less have success. The Patriots' offensive line was a complete disaster, amongst the league's worst in sacks allowed and pressure rates. The receiving room lacked separation, the play calling was predictable, and the coaching staff seemed completely lost. Every Sunday would feel like damage control. Maye's talent was obvious, the arm strength, the mobility, the flashes of pocket feel, but he was constantly running uphill. He'd make a great throw on one drive, only for a drop or a missed block to kill all the momentum in the next one. Any mistake he made would kill his team's chances, which was a very high bar to set on a developmental and a young rookie quarterback. By the end of that season, the Patriots were one of the worst teams in football, and yet inside the building, they knew they had something special. They knew that if they could only just build around this guy, the results would follow. And so, that's exactly what they did.
3rd down and 5. Maye to the air. Got him! In stride! Running is Douglas! Touchdown!
Everything would change the following offseason. New England would hire Mike Vrabel as head coach, a move that immediately would shift the culture in the right direction. Vrabel would bring structure, accountability, and toughness back to Foxborough. He rebuilt the coaching staff with a familiar face in Josh McDaniels to become the offensive coordinator, who had the experience and the philosophy to help support a young quarterback. They invested in their offensive line, drafting guys like Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, stacked up their defense with studs like Robert Spillane and Milton Williams, and maybe more importantly, they traded for 4-time Pro Bowler Stephon Diggs. It was the kind of move that signaled belief, not just in the roster, but in the quarterback that was leading it. Suddenly, the Patriots had a clear direction again, and Drake Maye had something he didn't have as a rookie: support. From training camp onward, everything looked different. The ball came out faster, the timing was sharper, the confidence, the kind you can't teach, was starting to show. And through the first few weeks of the 2025 season, it became clear. This wasn't just a young quarterback figuring things out, this was a young quarterback taking control. Week 5 against the Buffalo Bills was the moment it all came together. The Patriots came into the game as underdogs, facing a Bills team that had dominated the division for the past couple years. Josh Allen, last year's MVP and a top 3 quarterback in the league, was supposed to overwhelm this New England defense and remind everyone that the Patriots were still a rebuilding team. But instead, it was Drake Maye who completely took over. He threw for 273 yards, outplayed Josh Allen from start to finish, and delivered in every key moment. When the Bills brought pressure, he stayed calm. When the pocket would collapse, he extended the plays, always keeping his eyes down the field. When the Patriots needed a big conversion late in the game, Maye would step up and make it happen. Look at this play right here. It's 3rd and 7 with 1:33 left in the 3rd quarter. The Patriots are up just 13-10, inside deep in their own territory. If they don't get a first down, they're going to have to pump the ball to Josh Allen with a chance for Josh Allen to get the ball and go down the field. Drake Maye had immediate pressure right into his face with a free blitzer right up the middle. He did not panic. He rolled out looking for a receiver down the field. And then he found his 4-time Pro Bowler Stephon Diggs coming open last second and throws an absolute rope on the sideline. This is the type of play that most rookies just cannot make. Most rookies would get overwhelmed by the immediate pressure. Not Drake Maye. he's different. Every throw that game felt intentional. Every decision felt very mature. For the first time, the Patriots were not just surviving because of Drake Maye, they were winning because of him. That Buffalo game became the turning point, not just statistically, but you could feel the shift in energy around the team. You could feel the confidence building within them. This wasn't a young quarterback trying to prove he belonged. This was a guy becoming a leader, a franchise guy. And the numbers since that game tell the story. In the 5 games following the Buffalo win, Drake Maye has 12 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions in 5 straight wins. He's been among the league's leaders in completion rate, total EPA, and passer rating during that stretch. The Patriots offense is averaging 26.3 points per game, a massive jump from the bottom 10 offense they had last year. This is not just a hot streak, it's an evolution in real time.
For New England. Maye, end zone, Hooper!
There are a few things that separate good quarterbacks from great ones. Arm talent helps, sure, but the real difference is processing speed, how quickly a quarterback can diagnose, decide, and deliver. In his rookie year, Maye was often a half-second slow. You'd see him hesitate, second-guess a read, or try to make something happen that just wasn't open. That's normal for a very young player, especially a developing player in a chaotic environment. This year, those moments are gone. He's operating at full speed. Maye's processing has jumped dramatically. You can see it in his anticipation throws, in how he manipulates safeties, in how he adjusts protections pre-snap. He's not just reacting anymore. He's controlling the entire field. And when the structure breaks down, when the play goes off script, he's even more dangerous. He has that calm, almost detached demeanor that great quarterbacks have under pressure. He'll climb the pocket, keep his base, and fire a strike into a tight window without flinching. Mechanically, everything is tighter. His feet are synced with his reads. His release is cleaner. And his accuracy on intermediate throws between 10 and 20 yards has become one of the best in the league. Look at this play as an example. It's 3rd and 12 in the 4th quarter of a 24-17 ball game versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are trying to get the ball back to their offense to give them a shot to tie the game up, a high-pressure situation for a young quarterback. Maye, though, on this play, even despite the fact he gets a little bit of pressure on the back end by James Pierce Jr., steps into a clean pocket and delivers a tight window throw to Stephon Diggs for 21 yards. These are the type of throws that you've seen guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady make year in and year out. This does not look like a guy who is still figuring things out. He has figured it out.
Man, it's gritty. Just so proud of this team. Just every week we're fighting. Some things aren't going our way. We're handling adversity, battling adversity. Defense is stepping up. What a complete game. That's what we said all week. Show up for 60 minutes.
The chemistry with Stephon Diggs has been a revelation. Diggs gives Maye a true #1 target, someone who can win at all 3 levels, bail him out on broken plays, and demand defensive attention. That connection has opened up the rest of the offense. You can see it in the way the Patriots are calling plays. More motion, more spacing, more trust in the passing game in general. Maye's command has earned that. He's elevated everyone around him, from young receivers to role players. He's made an average offensive line look serviceable through sheer anticipation and pocket control. This version of Drake Maye, who is confident, efficient, and not shaken easily, is exactly what the Patriots were hoping for when they drafted him. And now, it's starting to pay off.
As they work from the Saints 25, Maye again, but a throw towards the end zone, and it is...
What makes this whole story even more fascinating is just how much it mirrors the franchise itself. The Patriots spent years trying to chase their old identity. They cycled through coaches, new quarterbacks, and different philosophies, all trying to recreate what they had when they had Tom Brady. But that kind of dynasty does not get rebuilt overnight. It takes something new, a foundation that fits today's modern NFL. And Drake Maye has become that said foundation. Under Vrabel, the team's attitude has shifted completely. They're tougher, smarter, and more self-aware. The defense plays with some swagger, the offense plays with balance, and most importantly, they have belief and confidence, something that was completely missing the past few years since Brady left the team. When you watch the Patriots now, there's a sense of cohesion. Players trust the plan, coaches trust the quarterback, and the quarterback trusts himself. It's leadership through steadiness. He doesn't have to scream or pound his chest. He leads through example, through calm. For a fan base that has been desperate for direction, that's basically everything. They don't expect another Tom Brady. Nobody does. But they finally have someone worth building around again. Someone who represents the next era of Patriots football. What's most impressive impressive about Maye's rise is how subtle it's been. He's not loud, he's not flashy, he's not on social media every day showing off his wrist. He's just quietly becoming one of the league's best. The NFL's elite quarterbacks are defined by their playmaking ability, and well, Drake Maye fits right in. Whether it's highlight throws against Tampa Bay or clutch drives against Buffalo, Maye has shown that he is already amongst the league's best. Look at this play right here, again in the Bills game. It's a 2020 ball game and it's 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Patriots are going to run a play here with a pulling offensive lineman and a really slow played play action. Immediately a defensive lineman breaks through and immediately Drake Maye is having to stiff arm out of a tackle. He is almost driven into the ground and you can see it right here, damn near is on the ground here, but somehow gets the ball out to Stephon Diggs, who makes moves for a 12-yard gain. This is not a game-winning move, but what this is a drive-saving play. When games are on the line, when things are completely up to you to make a play, this is the type of stuff you expect from your franchise quarterback, and Drake Maye just showed you that he can do it. Drake's maturity stands out. He knows when to take risks and when to live for the next down. He rarely ever forces a throw. And when the moments get big, when the game is on the line, that's when he typically plays his best football. That's not normal for a second-year quarterback. That's the mark of someone who understands the game on a deeper level. It's almost poetic how much Maye seems to fit the Patriots' identity. Quiet, disciplined, tough, not on social media. He doesn't need the attention. He just wants to win. That attitude has resonated very well within the locker room. Veterans talk about his composure. Younger players talk about how approachable he is. And Vrabel, who's never been quick to praise somebody, has called him a natural leader. That tone has changed everything. New England doesn't feel lost anymore. They feel dangerous again. They look like a team that knows exactly who they are and where they're heading. And it all starts with their quarterback, Drake Maye. Because Drake Maye is not trying to be the next Tom Brady, he's trying to be the first Drake Maye, and that is more than enough. The craziest part of all of this, he's still just getting started. Maye is only 23 years old, with less than 2 full seasons of starting experience. He's already proven that he can read defenses, command a huddle, and sometimes carry the offense. Now he's learning how to dominate games and how to tilt the field in his favor, quarter after quarter. The Patriots front office know what they have. They finally found stability at the most important position in sports. Now the focus shifts to building around him, adding more weapons, keeping the offensive line intact and improving, and letting this young core grow together. And if the early returns are any indicator, the Patriots are not rebuilding. They might be arriving sooner than anyone expected. In a league obsessed with instant results, Drake Maye's rise feels refreshingly steady. There were no shortcuts here, no viral breakout moments or overhyped narratives, just steady, relentless progress. From a chaotic rookie season to outdueling Josh Allen on national television to quietly ranking amongst the league's best in football, he's done it the hard way and frankly the right way. And maybe that's exactly what New England needed. Not a savior, not a legend reborn, just a quarterback who knows how to lead, how to learn, and how to win. Drake Maye is not chasing history, he's creating his own.